So I'm going to start by making the ginger pickle. And then I'll just put the ginger to marinate. Can you all see both the videos, the food video and me?
Yes.
Yes.
And is it clear, or is it side by side, or do you have to?
Yes.
We can adjust the vibe if we want
Okay, great. Okay, super. So I'm going to make this down here so you can see. So we have Leah. So everybody, I guess, could mute themselves for now, and then you can unmute if you want to speak. So we're going to make the ginger, just marinate the ginger in the lime, and then so it softens a bit. And last time, so my friend Leah is here with us today, and she taught me the peeling the ginger with the spoon technique. I'm going to just cut off the bad, like really bad edges. And then, so does everyone know how to like make really thin juliennes of the ginger?
No, I don't.
No.
No, me neither. But
Right.
don't we grate the ginger? Is it grated ginger okay?
Grated for the curry, it's okay, but we're just going to make a little quick ginger pickle to have on the side. Like, you get in Japanese restaurants. That's in vinegar, we do it in lime. So I'm just going to, if you have a big, you don't have to have it. It's really nice with the chana. So what I do is I'm going to cut into really thin slices first. Right, and then I'll stash, like I'll make little, like, can you see? I'll make little things, little flat, little things of them. What do you call it? Stacks. Cut it as thin as you can, and then I'm going to make them into thin, cut them again, and just julienne them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you want strips in the end or cubes?
For the pickle, you can, the strips. For the curry, just grated is fine. Grated, minced, or smashed is fine. This is just for the garnish and for a little ginger, like a bite of ginger pickle. So each, like, it's really thin, right? I'm going to put it in a bowl. And I'm just going to squeeze some lime or lemon, whatever you have, which I put a lime and lemon here. Yeah. It'll just soften and be ready by the time we're done cooking the dish. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt. Mix it and just leave it on the side. All right.
That was just ginger and lime. There's nothing else that goes in there?
It's a little bit of salt.
Oh, okay.
So I have a question for today. My question for today is, I would love to know like one little thing about you or what you like to eat other than Indian food. And and just say one thing about yourself. And what are you cooking these days in COVID days? And we'll start making the chana masala. Is everybody there, Kapil?
I hope so. I have no idea.
Has everybody had chana masala before?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Ask this gentleman.
So sorry, who? I don't know your name, sir. At A. Demers? You're mute. Can you unmute him?
I can't.
I can unmute him.
No, he has to.
Can you unmute yourself?
That's it.
Yeah.
This one.
Hi, could you introduce yourself? We haven't met you.
I'm Al Demers. I'm a retired professor at Cornell, and I just enjoy cooking Indian food.
Lovely. How did you hear about us?
My wife heard about us. How did you hear about us?
I'm on their mailing list.
You're on the mailing list. We're on the mailing list.
Ah, lovely. Lovely.
Too
And
bad.
what do you teach in Cornell?
Computer science.
Ah, that's right. We work very closely with the food science department at Cornell, in Geneva, New York.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Experiment station.
the experiment station in Geneva.
Yeah, great. So I'm going to add oil to the pan. So this dish I learned, it's it's a North Indian dish, popular, made in almost every home. I really like it in Kapil's home, but where my favorite chana masala is in my friend Anjum's home, and this recipe is based loosely on her cook's Sarita's recipe. And I'm going to just, I can't screen share.
Yeah, you already screen sharing.
I was going to show you my work, but her work, but I can't because of this setup. So we're going to heat oil. This dish is like onion heavy. So I've got about 1¼ to 2 cups of onions. I mixed red onion and white onion. You can use any onion that you have. These are the 2 onions I had, so I mixed it up.
When you said a large can of chickpeas, how big is that?
It's either you can use 2 small cans, or you can, you get the bigger cans, which is, what is the bigger cans? We have one.
It's about a pound. So I think I have small cans. It's they're both 15.5 ounces, so I need 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, this is about 30 ounces. So you can even save some sauce and use it for later. So I'm going to put hing. Can you see? That's the asafoetida. That's a really stinky stuff. But it's great because it prevents, it's great for when we cook chickpeas and lentils. I added the onion. Oh, my whole house is smelling of asafoetida now. So y'all who got the packet, you have the asafoetida packet, so you can open it and just smell it. It's really foul smelling. Can I see everyone?
Nidhi, I'm not sure I got asafoetida. I have hing, chaat masala, madras curry powder, magic curry powder, gram masala, and
There's no little packet of hing, H-I-N-G.
No. Oh wait, yeah, sorry, H-I-N-G. Got it. Okay.
Yes, sorry, I should have written the English name. So,
Hi, Nidhi.
yes, hi, is that Shreya? Hi, Shreya.
Yes, hi. So nice to see you. Okay.
Who's that?
Nidhi. Let me mute it.
So I want to let you know that the onions, I chopped the onions in the food processor because it was a lot of onions to chop. And it's okay to do that. Just do it in like mode, like don't put it on and have it go constantly. Just do it in pulse, like little bits of it, spurts at a time. Otherwise, it'll give out water. Oh, we were going to put a fan, Kapil. We were going to put a fan.
Oh, right.
Do we have a fan?
Um,
Let's see if that works.
yeah.
So Cindy, you want to tell us something about yourself and tell us what you're cooking these days and what you like?
Basic stuff these days, except for the experiments that we've been doing with the Indian things that we've been getting from you. And I've got 2 kids, and the husband. So.
And what do you like to eat?
We like the Indian stuff, really. It's just I haven't ever been really successful in making it. This is the first time I've actually had stuff that actually came out right. So
Good, we are happy. There's music to our ears. Marissa, tell us, I've not met you before. How did you hear? Are you?
I support the India
You,
Fund.
nice.
So I got, yeah. And I was interested because I am Goan, so I cook Goan food, but I'm not so good with North Indian food. And when you were making chole, I usually use the chole masala. And this is going to be, from scratch. So I was interested in knowing how you do it.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you for sharing this with us, Nidhi. So happy. And I got all the ingredients, but today my back's hurting, so I'm lying down. I'm not feeling good. So this time I'm just going to watch you. But next time I'll cook along with you. Sorry about that.
No problem. Take care.
It's good seeing everybody, and I'm happy to be part of this. Thank you.
Nidhi, do we peel the cucumber or just leave the rind on?
Depends which cucumber you have.
Okay.
Which one do you have?
I think it has a thick skin, so I'm taking it off.
Then you have to take it off.
Yeah.
So I added a little bit of salt to make the onions sweat a little bit. This way I use less oil. Nicholas, is the fan working? Is it better?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, no, it's good this time.
Okay. Sadamini, tell us what you've been cooking. You're not even a cook. Tell us something about yourself.
Me, did you say?
Yes.
Oh, I'm a baker, not a cook. I like to bake, and I know how to bake, but cooking is new to me. So I'm excited. I think tonight I'm ready. I'm really going to get this thing to go. Yeah. And what else? I don't know. It's yeah, it's good. And I got my spices the next day, by the way. It came so quickly. I just want you to know.
I think because you're in the
nearby.
I think when it traveled across, it took longer. I was tempted to make bhatura today. I was almost bought pizza dough. I was like, okay, let me try making bhatura with pizza dough. So bhatura, I think, didn't we send a link to the bhatura? Did you see the picture that went with this thing? You know, the fried dough, the fried roti, that's bhatura. And traditionally it's had with you get chickpea, like chana masala and bhatura on the side as a dish. Did you get a little bit of water in this? So if it's sticking like this, or burning in the pan, I'll just put a tablespoon of water, not too much, just to sort of deglaze the pan a little bit. So who are cooking? Sadamini is cooking, Angela is cooking, anybody else? Shreya, are you cooking? You're muted. You have to unmute yourself. Yeah, now you
Yeah. Zephyr, he's salting the onions. I prepped it in advance.
What did she say? So I'm going to, I have the ginger garlic, but I haven't pasted it yet. I'm going to show you this little contraption that I have. It's a little wet, dry grinder. And if you're an avid Indian cook, it's great to have. It's like a coffee grinder, but it comes, the thing comes, can you see it? Can you see it? So, but it comes, you can wash it. It's really nice. Like you can grind mustard with it. You can grind, anything. It's really a fine grind. You can grind spices in it. And you can throw it in the dishwasher and wash it. So I'm going to quickly ask Kapil to grind this, to grind my ginger garlic paste.
Wow, you can grind ginger garlic in it. That's cool.
Yeah, you can do anything. Posto, mustard, shorshamach. I make everything in that. It makes a little noise.
Where did you get it? Do you
So
remember?
I think you can get it on Amazon. I can send you guys a link. Rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the onions are
That would be great.
really fine. Yeah. Let me put it in.
to cook.
Nidhi, we have there's magic curry powder, madras curry powder, and gram masala, but we don't use them all, do we?
No, we use the magic curry powder for this dish. And we use the garam masala and the amchur in the end.
Okay.
So I'm adding the ginger garlic paste. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to clean out this thing. How's everyone doing so far?
It's looking good so far.
Sauteing the onions still. Hey, Zephyr. Hey.
Tell us something about you and tell us what you're cooking these days or craving these days.
Was that to me, Nidhi?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
So Mia is a professional chef, so I'm a little intimidated to have her with us.
no, 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 no. Absolutely not.
It's amazing. I have to tell you how I met her, but after Leah finishes.
I've been doing some development for work at home. Just a little bit, but mostly I signed up for Misfit Produce.
Oh, you did. I've been
Yeah.
thinking about it. Tell me
And
about it.
it's great. I get we get it weekly, 10 pounds of really great produce, and that's what kind of inspires me to cook, is whatever comes in the mail.
What you cook. And is
Yeah.
it like so does anybody know about Misfits?
No, tell me more.
So,
So
Misfit, yeah, Leah, you tell.
No, well, they essentially they save and salvage organic and non-GMO fruits and vegetables that would otherwise not be sold at grocery stores and probably end up in the trash. And it's all great. I mean, it may not be perfect, apples might be a little bumpy, but it's all delicious and organic and non-GMO, and it's really affordable.
Yeah, so they're odd shaped, like if the carrot is bumpy or they don't, it has to look perfect. But somebody else told me about it, but I wasn't sure, like I didn't want to get a ton of root vegetables, and so I was waiting for this period to be over and then order it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So I met Leah on a residency in Skowhegan. I was when I was an artist in Skowhegan, Maine, and Leah was the chef, and the food was very meat heavy, and we just started talking about food and got on like a house on fire, right? And
my goal every day was to make Nidhi happy. You made me a better cook.
I wonder how it is now.
I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to, now the onions are nice and brown, and the ginger garlic the raw smell is gone. So I'm going to add the magic curry powder. Or whatever, you can use chana masala powder, you can use magic curry powder, whatever you want. So normally, like you can even make a little paste with water, but I'm just going to add a little bit of water so it doesn't burn. How much did I say? 1.5 tablespoons. Sorry, we always cook with andas, like, estimate. Nicholas, can you smell it?
Not yet. I'll go stick my head out the door and then let you know. Hang on.
Angela, did we get to you?
Say again?
Did you say something about yourself?
Not really. Something interesting to say. I'm not a competent chef, I'm afraid. So my cooking consists of whatever I can make from curry paste and the whatever groceries I can get delivered to my door, pretty much.
But do you always make? Do you like Indian food? But what else do you like?
Anything I can make in the form of a curry. So Thai, Japanese, Chinese, Indonesian, etc. But only curries. Only curries. So, for instance, I can't really make. Well, I guess I can make pho, but that doesn't really count. I can't make a banh mi, for instance, but only Vietnamese curry. With Indonesian food, I can only make curry. So it's curry from all these places.
Today I made kabocha Thai, like red curry, kabocha soup. It was very nice. I had a huge kabocha and I was thinking, what else can I do with it? I'll send you a recipe if you want to make kabochas or any pumpkin soup, any squash soup.
That sounds good, actually. I can add it to my Thanksgiving repertoire. I have this weird tradition of come Thanksgiving, I always try to make a curry with Thanksgiving foods. So turkey and sweet potato and so on and so forth. Pumpkin sounds very appropriate somehow for that.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the spices are cooked. I love poking my nose in there to see like how the smell is. It changes from the raw smell goes away and it becomes it just changes. If you do it off, you know, you'll notice it totally. But otherwise, just 5 to 7 minutes, it's done. So I'm going to add the tomatoes. So I use fresh tomatoes. In the summer, I use a lot of fresh tomatoes. And in the winter, I use more canned tomatoes. So Nicholas, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I went to smell and I can't smell it yet. You have to cook harder.
I'm adding a little bit more salt. I like to add salt in every step of the cooking, or almost every step. Yeah, does that sound right? Yes, on way. She has 2 babies. How, those who are cooking, are you with us? Is it going well?
I am so far behind that I already know I will not catch up during the next half hour. But that's okay.
Mine is going great. I'm right there. I don't know what happened. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Angela, where are you at? Are you still browning the onions?
No. I didn't finish chopping everything before.
Oh, okay. So you can do it. You can totally do it later. Yeah. You're behind us anyway. I mean,
Nikki, it's Marisa. I have a question.
Yes.
What was the reason for using the can in winter and fresh in summer?
Well, the tomatoes are really good in the summer, and in the winter they're just not as good. And you know how they look so red and nice. Season. You can still use thing, but I tend to use more. Like there's some dishes that you can't use canned, but in this you can. I just use less canned because it's more concentrated.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Leah, do you do the same?
Maybe I don't have.
Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe I don't have the chopped canned tomatoes. Can I use tomato puree instead?
You can.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
Just use half a cup.
A half a cup of the tomatoes, you mean?
The can. If you're using can, use
Oh, got it. Okay.
So sometimes in India, they cook the chickpeas with a bag of tea. And it sort of gives it a tea bag, and it makes the color, it makes it a darker color, and it gives it a little, it's like a smoky, little slightly bitter taste, but it's really quite nice. So if you ever want to try that, you can. But since this is a shortcut, we're not doing it. It's not really a shortcut, but it's sort of a shortcut. So when
that sounds so cool, like a secret, a secret tea bag.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is it just regular black tea that they use, or?
Yeah, you must use regular black tea, because if you use like finer tea, it's like the powder tea you should use, because if you use good tea, it'll become really bitter.
Gotcha.
So I used to, when I do fresh chickpeas, I would throw in a bag of tea bag when I was cooking the thing, and the whole thing would like become darker and like a little bit exotic.
Gotcha. Okay.
Shreya, I think they do that in qualities. I don't know.
Maybe?
I was saying I think they do that in qualities, but I'm not sure.
Oh, really? Like a tea bag?
Yeah, but once I was making chana masala one day and I was in a rush. I threw in baking soda while cooking. So the baking, when you're cooking fresh chickpeas, if you throw in a little bit of baking soda, it cooks fast and it becomes really soft, but it has a taste. And one day I threw it in, and then I was like, wow, this is tasting like qualities. And then I was like, oh, because they use baking soda. So qualities is this restaurant in Calcutta that we all love, and we go to eat their chana masala. They make a drier chana masala. So if anybody ever goes to Calcutta, you have to go to qualities. So it's almost getting there. The tomatoes have to be really cooked well, but it's sort of there.
Should it be on medium heat? Mine is cooking slowly.
After I put the tomatoes, I increase the heat to medium high.
Okay, but it smells wonderful.
Great. So this curry, I mean, it's a typical chana masala, but you can also like add other things to it. Like you can make it with tofu, or you can make it with shrimp, I guess. It's like a very typical North Indian curry. It's the amchur and the thing in the end that makes it very specific to the chana masala. So over here, saag chana is very popular, like spinach and chickpeas, but we don't have that in India. Shreya, have you ever seen spinach and chickpeas in India?
No, not really, no.
Yeah, no, it's so popular here.
Yeah, I've never seen.
It's looking good, no?
It's looking lovely.
Yay!
Yeah, mine is too. I can't believe it. It's really turning out well. I'm just amazed.
I peel the tomatoes because I'm like anal and I don't like the skin. So you can, if you're using fresh tomatoes, you can peel it if you want to. I have this magic like peeler. It's got a serrated edge, and it peels. If it's not very soft, it peels quite well. But you can also make a cross in the tomato and then dunk it in hot water, and then the peel comes off really easily. And if you're not anal and you don't care, you don't have to peel it. So I'm going to now add, so I sent you all some chaat masala. So I'm going to add a little bit of chaat masala to this now. The chaat masala has some salt, so be careful. But you can also, and I'm going to add a little bit of garam masala. But y'all should add the amchur. Actually, I'm going to add amchur also.
Sorry, add a little bit. How much was that?
The amchur, add your amchur packet, Saudamini.
Amchur?
The amchur packet.
The entire packet?
The entire packet. If you're nervous about it, add less.
Okay.
You can add more later.
What is amchur?
So amchur is raw mango powder.
Oh.
I'm going to add a little bit of water. You can add about,
It's mixed with the garam masala, right?
It's mixed with the garam masala. So
And
the
we add all the
mango-
chaat masala?
The chaat masala we'll save for the raita.
Oh, okay.
And you can add it in the top as a garnish if you want to. So you can add about a cup of water to make it to make a nice thick gravy. And I have the drained chickpeas here.
Hi, Nettie.
Hi, who came in?
Richard.
Hi, Richard. Did you get the spices?
Oh, no. Did you drop them off?
Yes, yesterday.
Oh, I'll go downstairs and check. No, they didn't say anything. I don't leave the house that often, so I'll go check. I just finished my other conference call, so I'm not going to have a chance to cook.
So I think we've recorded this.
I hope you.
We hope we've recorded it, so we're going to send it to you.
Looking at my VLR.
Shreya, can you mute yourself?
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Nidhi, sorry.
No worries, no worries. So I'm going to actually, I'm making half of this curry with chickpeas and half with something else because I'm having stomach issues. So I'm going to save some. I did a small can of chickpeas and I'm going to save some of this, some of the sauce, and make Kapil taste it because he's my chief tasting officer. Kapil, will you taste? I'm going to add the chickpeas to it.
Nice. We do with a little bit more salt. It's very spicy. It's a lot. I don't know if people can handle it.
It's very spicy. Well, because the chickpeas haven't gone in yet.
Ah, okay.
So Kapil is saying it's a bit spicy, so be careful. Maybe add less of the magic curry powder. Because I didn't add any green chilies, and it's still spicy. But that's what the raita is there for. So I'm going to let this simmer in the sauce for a little while.
Nidhi, you didn't add green chilies?
No, I forgot.
Okay. I put in maybe too many, but they're there anyway.
I put them in with the ginger and garlic. Is that?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. But have you added the spices? Have you added the spices?
No, I'm behind. Remember,
No,
I'm
no,
about.
so it's good that you're behind because add less of the magic mix. Oh, you didn't get the magic mix.
No, I'm planning to make it from the pieces.
Okay, so
why am I not? I'm sorry. Before this, I just got off a conference call in Korean, so my English is not there. I'm planning. I have ingredients to mix it, and I should be able to do that.
So add less chili powder.
Okay.
Because with the green chilies, it might become too spicy.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
So it's like I like it with a lot of sauce. So does anybody have any questions thus far? Cindy, any questions?
No.
It says to mash the chickpeas. How do you do that?
Oh, so if you want to, but let it cook a little bit more, and then you can mash it with a potato masher. You know don't have to, but it gives it a nice like thick gravy, like just a little bit. You know, you don't have to mash all of it, just a little bit.
Nidhi, can I put a little lemon juice in it?
Yes, you can put lemon juice in it. And in the end, sorry?
No, go ahead, Nidhi.
No, I said in the end, you can even add it in the end, you know, with the ginger or the. How's the khasta? I like adding it in the end. It's fresh and there's a burst to it. Leah, any questions? Leah's gone away. So we had a really bizarre question of the day, Richard. Were you there today in CrossFit?
No, I missed it today. I had another phone call this morning. What was the question? It was active recovery. I missed it.
Active recovery, yeah. So the question was, if you could have, what is a food item you would use to have a tub bath, like to bathe in? What food item would you throw into your tub?
I used to dream of the ability, when I was really young, like in high school and I was a delinquent, we used to dream of a practical joke where we would buy enough Jell-O and put it into someone's pool and turn their pool into Jell-O.
Wait, you actually did that?
No, I said we used to dream of it. Well, we were poor. We were poor delinquents. We didn't have enough money to buy that much Jell-O.
That's very funny.
But I always thought about it, like that would be fun. Maybe a bathtub would have been more realistic.
Leah, do you have any questions about the chana masala?
No, I don't have any questions. And use that for, if you wanted to use, if you don't have, I'm sure, what would you use in place again?
You can put tamarind.
Okay.
You can make it with lime. You can add lime juice in the tamarind would be the closest thing I would use.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can use lime juice. In India, they often put in this. They put a pinch of dried pomegranate seed powder.
Okay.
But that's even harder than amchur to get. But I will send you some amchur.
Thank you.
So we're going to start making the raita. Richard, you can make it with dairy, you can make it with vegan yogurt, or you can just make a salad of it. So I'm going to put in, I have Greek yogurt. So I'm going to add Greek yogurt and thin it out with a little bit of water. So have you had raita in do you order raita in restaurants?
I've never had it.
So this is like, you can make many different kinds of raita, but this is like a kachumbar raita. So kachumbar, we're not a big salad country, India, but I'm going to, oh wait, sorry. I show you how to make, wait. I'm going to actually turn this off. It's done. So you can see the raita being made. Kapil, will you take this away?
This whole thing?
Yeah. So kachumbar, so here's the yogurt, now you can see it, sorry. So kachumbar, there's only one salad typically in India, which is a kachumbar salad, which is chopped onions, cucumber often, and tomatoes. But you can also just have cucumber and mint. You can just have, there's something called bundi. You can make bundi raita. Bundi is like fried chickpea balls that you can get in the Indian store. It's really nice. It gives you a nice crunch. So this is bundi. It's looks like a cereal, but it's not a cereal. And this, especially when you have spicy food, this sort of cools you down, the raita. So I'm going to, in this, I'm going to add a little bit of chaat masala, just a little bit, tiny pinch. And I'm going to add, I like adding a little bit of sugar. You don't have to. It's like
Did you say you're adding gram masala to the raita?
No, chaat masala.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, I mean, basically you need to add roasted cumin powder and everything else is a bonus. So the chaat masala I make has roasted cumin powder, black salt, and a little bit of citric acid. What else do I put in it? A little bit of chili powder. So if you have whoever has the chaat masala, just take a little thing and taste it. Nicholas, did you get the spices?
I did, yes, thank you. I was going to cook along, but I didn't get my act together, so I'm just watching.
Okay,
but this one looks pretty straightforward. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, yeah. So taste the chaat masala. So I'm going to add a little bit of onion.
Nidhi, sugar do you add in your raita usually?
Sorry? What was your question?
Just a pinch or?
A pinch of
How much
what?
sugar do you add?
Just a pinch, I don't, like literally an eighth of a teaspoon.
Okay.
To a maximum quarter. It just, I don't know why, it does something. It makes it, it just gives it a little bit of,
Yeah, the sweetness.
touch of sweet. You don't want it to be sweet. And of course, we put cilantro and everything. Angela, you don't like cilantro? I forget.
No, I love cilantro. You asked me the same question last time and I said, what? Blasphemy!
Cindy doesn't like cilantro.
I'm the one that doesn't eat it, yeah. Hey, Nidhi, what is the little black seed things that you sent? That one didn't have a label on it.
Oh, that's the mustard seeds.
Oh, mustard seeds. Okay.
You don't need it for this class. You need, if you do the next class, you need it. So I just sent it to you in case.
I thought it was coriander.
No, the black seeds is thing. So I'm just going to add.
I used it in my drink, my spice drink, as coriander. Oh God. Anyway.
So that's your raita. So Richard, if you were doing this and you weren't making with yogurt, you would just put lime juice or lemon juice, but you would use the same spices. So if you just want to make a salad and not a raita, you could just mix everything and then put lime juice, and but there's still the chaat masala or the and salt. So I'm going to get Kapil to taste it again. Kapil, you should say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
What have you been cooking these days?
Whatever you've been feeding me.
It's terrible, my husband. He's spoiled. Doesn't cook for me.
Nice. Needs a little bit of more salt or chaat masala.
I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. How's the chickpea doing, Angela?
Oh, I'm muted. Pretty well. I am about, this is how far behind I am. I am about to put the chickpeas in.
Okay, perfect. But you can taste the sauce before you put it in so you know how it is.
Okay.
Marissa, is it looking good so far?
It's looking lovely, Nidhi.
So here is the ginger. It's become a little, will become a little pinker maybe. Couple taste.
Nice.
Right? You can even just you can even add sliced onions, you can add cilantro, you can, you know, actually I would do cilantro on the garnish.
Why is it that in India it looks pink?
I think it's when it sits longer or you put vinegar, it becomes pink. So I would serve it like this. I would put a little bit of this on top and a little bit of ginger and cilantro, and then it's ready. Right? And then you could serve the raita on the side. You could try it. So anybody has any questions? So we have the raita, we have the thing. You can also serve the raita like with all the ingredients and then let people mix it themselves because it looks kind of pretty.
It's good, real spicy.
So mine became a little spicy, so my magic mix is a little spicy, so be careful. So anybody has any questions?
The Raita is so delicious. You can't put it.
Yay. Leah, you were going to say something?
No, just I wish I was there to eat it.
I wish everyone was here and I could feed them. So this week I made fish biryani. Well, it was like sort of funny. I didn't have enough fish, but I had some frozen jackfruit, so I added jackfruit for the first time. I've never made biryani before. And it was not so hard. And I made a huge, like my big pan of requesé with the biryani mix. I put you can just make it with jackfruit and potatoes also. It was really nice. And I thought it would never finish, but it finished in 2 days. Has everybody had biryani?
No.
Well, you know what?
Yes.
Everybody should unmute themselves so we can talk.
I love biryani.
Biryani is great.
It's not hard to make. I thought it would be really hard to make, but it wasn't.
I also think it would be really hard to make.
Yeah, but and raita, you have to have raita with like as a side. You must have some yogurt or something with it. Leah, have you made biryani?
No, I've never made it before. Did you do it? Did you seal your pan with the dough on the?
No, I did. I mean, I use the Le Creuset pan, and it's pretty tight.
Yeah.
So
that's
a hard thing to do. The seal of the pastry.
Yeah.
Fancy French. Julia Child does that.
Yeah.
That's
so in biryani, traditionally, it's done that they seal the pan with, but I think at that time they probably didn't have like, you know, these solid pans.
Right.
So I half cooked the rice, and then I made this sauce, and if you were doing it with chicken, you would cook the chicken, you would marinate the chicken and cook it in the sauce, and then I just layered rice over it. Maybe we can do it one time. It's the masala is the main thing. It's heavy in spices. Everybody swears by the Chana masala, but I read the ingredient list. It has so much crap in it that I didn't buy it. Shreya, have you made biryani before? You can unmute yourself, Shreya.
No, it's not really, no. Because, you know, whenever I try to make a pilaf or something, my rice comes out very soggy. So
you know how to make basmati rice? So you soak the rice, like you wash it many times and you soak it, and then so say for a cup of rice you boil 1.5 cups of water, not more. But
the usual is 2 to 1, but
no, for basmati rice you use 1.5 times, and there's no water left. It gets all absorbed into the rice. So you boil the water. So I have a recipe. I'll send it, but I'll try and make a video. It's on our website. The recipe is on our website. But for the basmati, for the biryani, I used only 1 cup of water, and I cooked it 80%. The rest of it I cooked so that it didn't get overcooked. We can do a biryani. We can do a vegetarian biryani. And I didn't want to use yogurt because I'm having issues too. So I used coconut milk and made like a Hyderabadi biryani, and it was really nice. Sorry, it looks like I'm looking this side, but because I'm seeing you guys this side, but the camera is this side, so it's like a bit weird. Yeah. So, how's everyone on that chana masala? Does anybody have questions? How's the taste, Angela? Did you taste the curry?
Huh?
Did you taste the curry?
Yes.
How is it?
Well, I think it was, the tomatoes were probably not quite done yet, though. I started with fresh tomatoes, so it was not done. It's coming together slowly but surely.
That's okay. You can just cover it and let it simmer on really low for a little while.
I'm trying to make bhaturas out of bread flour.
Yeah.
Because we'll make a lot of bread. We're experimenting. I don't know.
So you have to add, to make bhaturas, you have to add yogurt.
Oh.
And a little bit of soda.
Oh. Okay. You can do that now.
Otherwise it'll become luchi. Otherwise it'll become like a luchi. Which is not bad. So luchi is like a Bengali puffed bread.
Will has a bread baking in the oven.
Ah, nice. I want the bread.
Yeah, that's his, quarantine, like stay in place activities, making bread now.
So yesterday I biked down to Fort Greene because I love this bakery. Leah, do you get She-Wolf Bakery?
No.
They make this miche. I got such a big loaf, and I don't have a proper bread knife, so cutting it was a nightmare for Kapil, but it's amazing.
What's it called?
The bakery is called She-Wolf, and they make a miche. They make a couple of breads, but their miche I really like their miche. Like it's a sourdough starter bread.
Nice.
It was nice, and I got rams too.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. In the rain, I biked down to Fort Greene in the rain. This is my love for She-Wolf Bakery bread.
I made a banana bread this morning.
Oh, Richard, I want some. My banana bread got over.
Yeah, it's what I do. I use the old bananas.
You know where I live, right, Richard?
I do 10, which is where? That's between Flatbush
and Vanderbilt. In case
Flatbush
you want to drop some off.
Yeah, so if I find the spices downstairs, I'll drop off a slice. So.
Okay, all right.
If my kids don't eat it first. I can't guarantee that.
I have to just make some more then. Yeah, I see you have lots of bananas.
Sometimes we go through bananas. So the rice is different than a regular rice then. So I'm making rice right now, which is just 2 to 1, 15 minutes. But you wash and soak.
The basmati rice, if you're using basmati rice and you want to make it like, like really bright, fluffy and perfectly cooked, it's 1.5:2 and there's no water left behind. You don't have to drain it out, it's just done. So I have a really nice recipe on my website.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. And maybe next time or we can make the rice also in the class.
Do you salt when you're cooking it?
When I put a pinch of salt in the water, yes.
Okay.
Is it still 15 minutes or longer?
It's 15 minutes and it's 13 minutes, and then I shut it and then I let it sit closed. You can't peek. When you make basmati rice, you can't peek. And I close the lid and then I just let it sit for 2 minutes before I fluff it out. Any other questions, anyone? Leah?
No?
This looks really straightforward and fun. I'm going to try it later this week. Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure. And it's a great, like, it's you know, you don't need any, just this and bread or something, and dinner's ready. You can steam some broccoli or beans or something if you want with it.
It really is amazing. Mine it's turning out really, really good.
And you can also add like a potato or two in it if you want, like a boiled potato. When you add the chickpeas, you can add the boiled potato also. I got these really lovely, what are they called? Butter. I've been struggling to find good potatoes here, but yesterday I found these buttercup. Have you heard of this? Buttercup potatoes? Butterhead, butter something. We'll see. We'll see. They said it's their favorite potato at the farmer's market.
For the chickpeas, you use canned chickpeas or the dried chickpeas?
I use canned this time. Sometimes I use dry, but then I soak it overnight and then I cook it in the pressure cooker.
That's what
It's
I do.
not bad. It's pretty good with the dried chickpeas, with the canned chickpeas also.
Okay.
And if you have a tea bag, you can throw a black tea bag when you're cooking the chickpeas. It gives it a nice flavor.
A black tea bag.
Yeah.
You mean black tea into the pressure
Black
cooker?
Tea into the pressure cooker.
In a bag.
In a bag, but a tea bag, so it doesn't. You don't want you just want the tea flavored water. It infuses the chickpeas and it makes it a little darker in color and gives it a nice smoky, like little slightly bitter taste. It's really nice.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try that.
Yeah, that's what they do with chana when they make chana masala. My mother-in-law does that at home. So great, everyone. If nobody has any more questions, we should say ask me. Marissa, any questions?
I'm good, lady. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. This was really good fun.
Marissa, send me your address so we can send you some spices.
I will. Does Kapil teach at Kuni?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so then I'm Amit's wife. He knows my husband.
Amit who?
Amit Naik.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah.
Amit has been a guest in my classes for many years. Oh, that's
my video. I don't know whether I'm on video, but
okay.
See him? I don't know.
Yeah, we can see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Amit. Nice to see you.
All good?
Yeah. That's a funny coincidence.
Yeah. Okay, because
But we lost her.
Yeah, Marissa, you went into mute. All right, Shreya.
Bye.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's really
Next week we're making the beetroot sambar, in case anybody wants to join, and green beans thoran.
Oh, lovely. I'll be there.
Entirely South Indian meal.
Sounds good.
And I think we'll make basmati rice that day too, so you can see the basmati rice, how to make, because you need rice with this meal. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
I can hang out for a few minutes if anybody wants to stay and chat or ask any questions.
Oh, I might say.
It's still going. I feel sure that it will be done by next week.
No, it'll be done. I think when you added the tomatoes, you should have cooked it a little bit more, but it's fine. And even if it's a little bit not, it's fine. Just cover it and let it simmer for 15 minutes.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
In the meantime, thank you.
My pleasure.
I had to add more water because mine got, now it's perfect.
Yeah, I added about a cup of 2 of water. I didn't measure, so, but yeah. But this is the consistency you want. Not wet, but like what we say lapetwa, so that it sort of wraps, folds or wraps around kind of thing. Like a thick curry.
It's so delicious, and it's not too spicy, actually. Mine is okay.
Oh, good. All right, great.
I have several people who are going to eat it tonight. I have to go deliver.
Al, how are you doing? Al, we lost you. You're on mute.
Hi, I don't know, he just walked out.
All right, no
but
worries.
But he's really excited. He wants already to sign up for next week, so.
Yay! So tell him to send me his address so I can send him the spices.
Yeah, I'll send that to you. That's fine. I will.
Yeah, soon so that you receive the spices in time.
We did receive them, actually.
Oh, you did? Okay, great.
Yeah, we have the little, yeah.
Oh, lovely. Yes, great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Richard, any questions? Any questions, Richard?
No questions. I'll take a look at the recipe. I made a whole pile of chickpeas in the pressure cooker.
Okay.
Before I forgot about my other meeting. So I'll try the recipe.
Okay, great.
And,
let me know if you have any questions or anything.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Next week.
And I'll see you at CrossFit before that. Tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. So, Damini, all good?
Yeah, I have to show you. If that's the curry.
Not bad. So, Damini is looking good.
Yeah. So good. It tastes amazing. And the raita also turned out really well.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of raita.
I know. But I'm going to feed my neighbors.
All right.
I'm so happy this week. It turned out perfectly. Last week I have to revisit the sound. But this week, 100 to 100.
Great. Hi, Al. Sorry, any questions? I thought you were in and out, so I wasn't sure.
Well, we finished the raita. I probably should have cut the cucumbers a little finer, but it tastes good. And masala is just excellent. It's just
Oh,
good.
great. Perfect. I'm glad. We've been meaning to put it on the website in case anybody wants it. We haven't gotten a chance to. We'll try and do it tomorrow.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're making South Indian food next week, so maybe we'll see you. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Take care.
Bye.
Enjoy the evening.
Bye-bye. Thanks a million.
Bye. My pleasure.